Alright guys, story time. Try to stay to the end. This one's going to get you. Either you're going to love me at the end of it, or you never have to speak to me again. Either way, it's fine with me. So I was supposed to be an attorney. Brought up, bred to be one. My father was a high-powered attorney, and both of my mother's other husbands were attorneys. And when I was in college, I was a law clerk for my father. And the one thing I saw the way they spoke to each other was that, well, the truth didn't matter. It was what could we get the other one to believe. They would insult each other in the kindest of ways. And what I didn't like about it was deceptive. Pretty facade, but behind it was just dirty, mean, and downright nasty. Now, why do I say that? Well, Satan uses the same thing. He'll show you what he's doing, and then it's up to you to see through it. So, as I've become a Christian, the Lord has given me discernment. I became a banker, and I could see through the numbers, which made me an incredible banker. They sent me to personality testing so they could hire more people like me. But, nonetheless, I became a Christian and walked away from that too. So, why am I saying that? To say this. A defined marriage to God is the union between a man and a woman. That's a covenant relationship. And it produces fruit, i.e. children. Now, in the Bible, they talk about Sodom and Gomorrah, and that was like an abomination, the activities that they were doing in Sodom and Gomorrah. So God sent two angels in to take Lot and his family out. And in the process, the people in the city decided they were going to come and rape the angels. These guys were rotten bastards, an abomination to God. But nonetheless, Lot had to protect them until he got outside the house, and then the angels protected him. I digress. So, that particular activity is an abomination to God. Now, if you have a man and a man enter into a covenant marriage, it's desolate, meaning it's barren. They cannot produce fruit. They cannot have children. It's a desolation. If you have a woman and a woman in a covenant marriage, they are also unable to produce fruit and in fact are barren or desolate. So the reason I bring this up is when Obama and his husband, and don't go tell Obama I said that. He's the one that told me. If you don't believe me, go Google it or ask Siri how many times Barack called his husband Michael in public at speeches. Or you can go ask her mother, his mother, when she wrote her will, why she dictated that her only son, Michael, her only child, I believe, was the person mentioned in her will. You can look at that too. You can go to Snopes and they even talk about her dog eating her. But nonetheless. So, the abomination of desolation in my holy temples. Now, not that the White House is a holy temple, but when Barack Obama signed into law a marriage being a covenant or government recognized institution, that's the abomination of desolation on a place of, some people would worship Washington or the White House, and then they lit it up with a flag. So, you can think what you want, and I don't care. Anything I've told you, you could look up. It's facts. And I wouldn't have just said that if I hadn't been told by the husband and the mother, people I would trust to know the truth, what's going on. The abomination of desolation set in a high place. I don't know. What do you think? I think there's some validity to it. And the fact that the only deal I have with God is to not allow me to believe lies, I trust Him. And I trust the husband. in whether or not he calls the person by their proper name. You can look up a Freudian slip. That's when someone speaks the truth, because in the subconscious you can't help but know the truth, and sometimes it just slips out. Just saying. God bless you. Bye-bye.